folks, it's Amy from Colorado Mountain Living. We are having another nice spring day, but I have to tell you, I think winter's going to make a return next week. The forecast is looking kind of snowy, yikes. So we're looking forward to more moisture, but kind of ready to be done with the snow, you know what I mean? So you can see behind me, almost all the snow's melted off the property. Down here is where the cistern is with the old well, and that's pretty buried still because it's a big depression in the property. But look at the whole hillside is pretty much snow free. And I was going to take you over on the driveway too, show you. Driveway's pretty much dried out. Looks like our neighbor's property's got a little bit of snow on it still. But I want to show you what the ditch looks like a little bit further down that Brian moved over last year. And we're going to take a look at what Brian's up to today. Well, you can see how the snow's receding, but we haven't quite made it over to where the trench is on this side of the driveway. Back here you can see the trench. You can see where the snow is kind of filled into the trench right here. Dirt's pretty soft. You see where some of our gravel ended up over here. So you can see trench has definitely got some melting of the snow and some beginnings of water, but the snowpack is pretty heavy all the way through here still. And then right about here is where the culvert is. It goes underneath the driveway. And believe me, in just a few more weeks, this will be gushing with water. But all of this snow is got to run off. And once that melts, the culvert is very useful to just give that drainage, and that just continues on. You can see it goes more down into the woods there. So it'll be really fun once this does melt, because if we get lucky, last year we had some ducks come and they were swimming in the little trench full of water, and it was so cute. And so I hope they come back this year, but they usually come around in a few more weeks once all the snow is pretty much melted and there's a lot of water around. And almost all of the snow has melted around the beehives, just a few little patches left there. And I thought I was going to be able to get into the hives this weekend or even last week with all the mild weather, but it actually hasn't been that mild. It's actually been kind of chilly. The breeze is pretty constant. We've had some high wind days, so it just hasn't worked out to be able to get into the hives. But, you know, it's just a couple more weeks, so I'm not too worried about them. There's a lot of activity, and they had, a lot of honey left in the hives just a month ago, so I'm not worried about their food storage. But I am eager to get in there and feed them, so maybe after next week's weather goes by, we'll have more 50-degree sunny days that aren't incredibly windy, and I can get in there and add some feed, because that would be the next step this spring. Yeah, it's really melting when finally this side of the house, the snowpack is disappearing, because this is where it really collects right in front of the wall here. So just a little bit left, and it's really trickling down the hillside here. Hoping to plant some grass this spring too. Well, coming up the top of the driveway, looks like Brian's setting up a little bit of a sawmill right here in the back of his truck. I think he's getting ready to work on some stuff with the shower, so we can go inside and see what he's doing. But he's definitely looked like he's going to start up something here. And he moved out some of this board that was in the shower area.
Measure for the bench. We'll go right here, all the way across, inside. 20 inches tall. That's with the tile on top, so of slope. Frame that out. I'll put a piece of plywood on the top, because that's the part we're sitting on.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll get the Dura rock on top of that.
test out the height again.
Later on camera.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a little bit lower. This will be 1.5 inches of.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Plus will be a 1/2 inch of plywood plus a 1/2 inch of Durarock. Right, so about even out.
Brian's had some new thoughts about how to do the shower. So he's been going back and forth between using the Sleuter Kurdi board.
Yeah. So it's like $100+ a sheet for that stuff, and then plus all the little screws and the mastic and the joint stuff. I think it'd easily be $1,000 just for that stuff. So the Red Guard, is a roll-on membrane that you can use, and it's rated for steam showers. So I think that's and it's $45 a gallon. Maybe 3 gallons at the most we're going to need. I think exceeds the guidelines or recommendations for steam showers. So I think that's going to be the way to go for us. Then we use this Durarock to sheet it in, which is way cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Is that what we already have?
Yeah, that's what those 2 sheets are.
Oh, okay.
So we can use those, and then I'll just get the rest of it.
Okay.
So that'll save us quite a bit of money.
Oh, okay.
So
that sounds good. Save you money. Have you guys ever used any of that stuff? The membrane roll-on?
yeah, so it's Red Guard.
Red Guard.
Waterproof. Rolls on pink, and when it's done drying, it's red. So you can actually use it for the pan as well. So if you just wanted to put in the mortar into the floor, and then you can roll that stuff on, and that serves as your floor pan, or shower pan. So, but I think we're gonna still put in the heavy PVC plastic or membrane. Put the mortar on top, and then I'll probably still roll on some of because it's only a small area. I'll still roll on the Red Guard just to make it like super protected. So I think they work out good.
Right. Getting some walls framed out, taking advantage of
the rough framing. And so I've got the bench mostly. I'll put some plywood on there now, and then I'll frame out a little area for put your shampoos and stuff, soap and things like that. And then next will be framing the shower handles and things like that.
Taking advantage of the nice weather today to cut some boards outside, because it's just not been conducive to that lately. And next weekend looks like it's not going to be too nice to be working outside.
No, it's going to be pretty crappy. So so I think I need to put a couple studs in here, I think. So I need at least one to tie, because the door is going to go here. So
okay,
3 studs, or I'll probably just put one over here.
Mm-hmm.
So should have put them in when I built the wall, but couldn't plan that far in advance.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll put 2 more 2x4s across here as well to build that up to 4.5 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And then that'll get all wrapped with the Durarock as well, and painted with the Red Guard.
Yeah.
And then I put these in, so when you put the membrane in and you fold it up, it's got some something firm against here. I've seen other videos where the people, they don't put anything there, and it's kind of floppy, which seems kind of silly to me. So put the membrane, put the pan in with the mortar, and then run the Durarock right down. Mm-hmm. And then use the Red Guard to seal it right up.
Yeah.
So that's another video.
Yeah, that's another video. We'll finish out the framing today, and then see what happens.
Most of it. I think if I got enough 2x4s. I also sloped it a 1/4 inch
Oh, nice.
this way, so.
I got some shampoo. Ooh. So how does that work? Does a tile, you'll pour it over it, and or do you build it up more than that?
All the Durarock goes over it. All the surfaces get Durarock, and then the tile on top.
So how deep is the shelf going to be?
This deep. I could make it deeper. I could make put the tile in there just a little bit deeper. I can't have a piece of tile stick out a little bit, like an extra inch.
Yeah, that'd look nice.
But this will, so we're gonna lose like 3/4 of an inch on the top bottom. Top.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna